Good evening, good morning, everyone, depending on which part of the world you're in. It's been a while since we've all gotten together for a full meeting, and I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule or missing sleep to be here. Much has gone on in the background while we all weathered the changes COVID-19 brought to this world. All of us have been challenged to create different ways of getting things done, from shopping to banking to conducting business. This year, things are very, very different from the way they were last year at this time. I don't care where in the world you are, we've each had our challenges, and in some ways it feels like we've walked backwards. But in that, we found sometimes what we've lost, and that is more of a sense of community and family. That goes for Compumatrix as well. Solutions to challenges were found, and what you will learn will start to walk you through some of those changes. This is not the Compumatrix of 2006, but a tested, tried, and sometimes discouraged but never totally beaten or broken beyond repair company. Thank you all for your continued support as those challenges have been worked through and stepping in to assist others when some of the board, staff, or admin was otherwise engaged with other projects. What we have today far exceeds what we first had when each of us joined this venture.
All right, guys. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be going over several points. I see members popping in and out of here constantly, so some of them are having a difficult time staying in here. I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight. I know it's been kind of confusing with the time change, but we're all here. Some are hopping in still, so this is being recorded. Those who can't can always catch up later. But I want to talk a little bit tonight about something that we have struggled with here at Compumatrix. There's an old Chinese proverb that we use around here quite often. It says, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. You may wonder how this applies to our business. Well, this adage is necessary for any business to survive, including Compumatrix. Almost daily, members come asking for information that they could easily have found for themselves. We have the tools. One in particular is our blog area, which has an enormous amount of information needed for us to be successful within our company. All the information that can be shared is shared in several areas throughout the Discord rooms. It's up to each one of us to keep up and to make sure that they go on the outside and do their own research. Guys, this is our business. Each of us own our own business, so we have to be responsible for our businesses. If we as staff or admins decide to give all the answers to the questions that are constantly being asked and have been answered numerous times because we believe it's faster and easier than trying to teach members how to collect that information, then guess what? We would be giving you a fish. This would be a failure on our part. As you've noticed lately, we're not giving answers. We're actually having members go look for the answers. It's already all there. So we're kind of pushing y'all out of the nest, per se. This is not going to solve any problems in actuality. If we lose our efficiency and our effectiveness, then the company won't thrive. If we provide all the answers and solve all the problems, we will not help any of you help your business to grow. It's giving our members the tools to run your own businesses. Are you one of those who manages several accounts? If you are, the person is always providing them information. You're giving them everything they need to know. And yet there's some of them around you that could support you. They could be trained, and they have the experience. They'll get the experience as you teach them. And they'd be better served to spread the wealth than teaching them how to fish. Don't become a bottleneck for the business. There's no reason for you to be the one person that knows what to do with any specific task. Take the time to teach your people. The burnout is far worse than taking time to teach the managed group to fish. Take time to teach them. Lighten your load. Don't allow yourself to totally burn out to the point you just want to quit. If something happens to you, then what happens to your people? What will they do? How will they get by? Teach them. Next time you have a new task, check around and work together with your peers, with your group, and share that knowledge among yourselves. That's going to lighten your load, make your life a heck of a lot easier. And the bottom line, it's going to teach everyone around you how to fish. So please, take time to share what you already know. Let's expand on what we've already learned. And I can assure you that staff and admin have been at your disposal continuously. We're going to be pushing you out of the nest. You really need to take control of your own businesses and know exactly what to do on your own. It's there. We've got members coming in now, crawling out the woodwork and saying, well, I haven't been around since 2006. Can you take 10 minutes to catch me up? No. What you got to do is go read, read, read. It's all there. But we don't have time. Right now, the business is moving very quickly. So we need for everybody to be responsible. If you're just coming back after a long siesta, guess what? You're going to have to get out there and hustle. You're going to have to read and get caught up. There are many pins all over Discord. Every room has pinned information that's important. It's important for you to keep going and for you to keep growing. So let's get together as a group and help each other actually do our own fishing instead of having to be fed. Henry, I'll turn it over to you. Henry, are you still around?
Yeah.
There he is. Okay.
Wait a second. I started talking again and I forgot that
You were muted.
I was muted.
Okay.
I always do that. I'm getting senile, people. That's why I have to share as many things as possible before I forget everything.
That's it. Oh, guys, by the way, check out Henry's picture up there. Isn't he cute? We couldn't get his photo to switch over, so he's sharing Gail's picture today.
Am I? Am I still sharing? I thought
you're still very pretty.
Yeah, am I? All right.
On the webinar picture, it's him.
Well, I thought it was a logo. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here and for giving your time. That's the first step, giving your time to learn more about your business here in Compumatrix, because our work is almost done. Okay, we have all the decentralized exchange operational. We will also be placing there several other features such as automated market making, okay, automated market maker, and of course the instant conversion, which means that you can basically convert your assets to another asset at a press of a button. Now, without affecting the order book. Okay, so when I say order book, do you know what an order book is? All right, guys, when I say order book, it's on the exchange. Really, this is the order book. It's not going to be listed here. All right. So it's much better that way if we make use of the liquidity pool once it's activated, because we are uploading the liquidity pool, just the version for Compumatrix with the liquidity pool in a matter of in coming days. So you will be capable of converting any of our assets to its equivalent value. For example, if it's Bitcoin, it will be on Bitcoin. You will be receiving the equivalent value in. As of now, we are focusing much of our attention on BitShares. So the first thing that would be swapped would be Bitcoin and BitShares. All right. So once you convert your Bitcoin to BitShares, then you get the equivalent market value of BitShares. And only BitShares can be drawn out right now on the system because most of the gateways have already given up, and we're still here. Goodness, I don't know what's wrong with us.
Determined.
Yeah, I'm crazy. I might be crazy, but you know, guys, I know for a fact that this is a great opportunity, especially now that we are in the middle of a pandemic, and everyone's going online. They're all following our footsteps. And here we are, leaders of this virtual currency industry, stuck on BitShares. All right, but of course, this is just a few steps. We're almost there, at the tip of the iceberg, and we're unlocking every wealth you have on your dashboard. And whenever I say when I say unlocking wealth, it means unlocking real wealth there. Because have you ever seen your dashboard lately? If you check your balances there, how many bitcoins do you have? How many euros do you have? How many US dollars do you have? All of those are backed 1:1, and it is powerful enough to be used for onboarding people into our system. And now that they have also launched the BitShares Plus mobile app, now you can carry your business. All right. So we are also going to be white labeling the mobile app for Android and iOS. When I say Android, those are those Android phones, and iOS are Apple phones or Mac. All right. So you will be carrying your business with you, but as I've said, you have to open a new account whenever you use another device, and just make your computer be your central bank, because you have your own balance there. You can transfer any amount on your mobile device for you to be using to transfer or send to whoever will be paying you outright, because you are the shortcut. You don't need to have everyone go to the bank, buy Bitcoin, convert to BitShares, and then buy Compumatrix.btc. That's not a shortcut. That's a long cut. The shortcut is you. You are the bank, right? When you are part of the cryptocurrency industry, everyone is a bank. We have become our own bank. And guess what? It's in your homes, and nobody can steal it. Someone tried to steal it from me, though. they even tried to hold up me here at my home. Anyway, but they can't because there's brownout. Anyway, that's the funny thing there. They didn't put that variable in wherein there's always there's always power interruption, and I cannot send you any Bitcoin if there's no power, there's no internet. All right, so basically the point here, guys, is that all of these things are back 1:1. When you jump into the BitShares ecosystem, everything is BitShares ecosystem. Okay, don't think about Ethereum, don't think about Bitcoin, don't think about Dogecoin or even EOS. EOS is a child of BitShares, right? Anyone who comes into our system must come through us or any of us. They have to buy their own US dollars. They have to buy their own Bitcoin. They have to deposit it there. But where do they get that? Of course, you. You are the ones who holds those tokens, those cryptocurrencies, and you're the only one they can buy from. Nobody else owns Compumatrix.btc and Compumatrix.usd. And speaking of which, those are actually what I'm going to be discussing. So in order for us to unlock wealth within Compumatrix, we have to understand three things. Digital assets, especially when you're on the decentralized exchange. So am I showing the decentralized exchange right now, the DEX? All right, so all of these things on the asset list are all digital assets. However, each of these digital assets have other functions, such as stable coins. For Compumatrix, we have the US dollar stablecoin, or the Compumatrix.usd. As of now, we have a current supply of $3.2 million, and those are created by having our whales, the ones who have large holdings of Bitcoin, spend at least $10 million worth of Bitcoins in order to create 3 million. So that they have, they're the ones paying for the collateral. All right, so that's how the US dollar is generated here. This is our own stable coin, and this is, of course, can be purchased directly from you, or they can do it on other crypto assets within the system of the decentralized exchange. As of now, it's very cheap, which means that it's a great opportunity to be part of it because of the arbitrage opportunity that you will have. Imagine buying $1 for less than 10 cents of BitShares. So isn't that a deal?
That's a good deal.
Yeah, but it's not going there for long because as people onboards our system, the prices becomes higher. If it were BitShares right now, if we were the ones controlling BitShares right now, BitShares should be around $25 each. Okay, imagine that.
Wow.
So everyone in the ecosystem, not just Compumatrix, would be benefiting from this, but the entire BitShares ecosystem would have a BitShares worth $25 each. Right, so that's an opportunity that a lot of us are missing because okay, and this is going to be unlocked as soon as we have the centralized, the decentralized app, the Compumatrix decentralized app or the CDAP running, which makes it, which makes transactions flow in such a way that it creates an economic activity that is shared by everyone on the system. Okay, let me show you again and of course the third one are the staking programs such as the Verb token. We also have the BPSCX token, and of course our partner with BitShares Labs, the Blink token. Okay, so as of now, we are going to be focusing on these 6 digital assets that you own, because these are the ones that represent most of your currencies. Okay, so you already have Compumatrix BTC or CBTC. We have the CUSD, which is the Compumatrix USD, our stable coin on Compumatrix. So the only way to really buy that is for them to know someone from Compumatrix. The Euro CX is of course the euro, and of course e-peso is the Philippine peso. Okay, Oceania is for everyone there at the Oceania region, Australia, New Zealand. So it's equivalent. It should be equivalent to an Australian dollar, and of course the galleon, which should be equivalent to the British pound. Okay, so all of these will be stabilized in the next couple of days. All right, so all of these will become very how do you call this, volatile in such a way that it will become very volatile and then stabilize in the long run, because a lot of people would be buying these cheap ones right now, and so that they can use it and sell it at its correct fair market value. So the Compumatrix Bitcoin of course, it's a BitShares based token or user issued asset backed by Bitcoin, and these tokens are designed and used solely on the BitShares platform. So if you want to participate on BitShares and you want to be part of our community, Compumatrix, then they have no choice but to buy Bitcoin directly from any of our members. We might as well also we will be placing also a digital marketplace on the CDAP, wherein you can sell your Bitcoins, your CBTC for Bitcoins at 1:1, right? So that they can participate, because no one can earn as much as you did if you didn't start with Compumatrix.Bitcoin. All right, and of course, all of these assets can create a lot of other tokens and can gain access to all of the other digital assets that I've been talking about earlier. So it is also being used for, and of course, Compumatrix.BTC doesn't take 10 minutes or 1 hour or even 3 days to send or to confirm, because it is instant. The moment you send it to another person who has the same wallet as you have, then it's sent there directly to them instantly, okay, within 3 seconds or less. So if you want to send 1 Bitcoin to the Philippines, it only takes 3 seconds for us to receive it here. And that's faster rather than having to get into Bitcoin wherein it takes how much? The minimum is 10 minutes for 1 confirmation. 6 confirmation is an hour. But if there's a problem with the mempool, or if there's high traffic because of the dominance of Bitcoin right now, it's going to take you days to receive it. Maximum of 7 days, and then if it's not processed yet, because of the high fees of the miners, it will return to whoever sent you. And that's something that we don't really want to happen on your case, or to anybody. Because once you've already paid for your coffee and you drank it, and then all of a sudden you didn't confirm, well, you'll have to pay again. Okay, so you're already paying twice. Okay, so by bringing Bitcoin's liquidity to BitShares, Compumatrix Bitcoin also makes it possible for traders to use Bitcoin value for token trades on the DEX, or I'm talking about the BitShares decentralized exchange. Another part of our assets is, of course, the US dollar. This is a stable coin, just like every ecosystem has their own stable coin. Circle has their own stable coin. Coinbase has their own stable coin. Binance, everyone has it. And who's the supplier? You are the suppliers of this asset. So where do they buy from? It's still you. They will be buying it directly from you. At what cost? $1 is to 1 Compumatrix US dollar. So if you have got $1 million right now, and you're great enough to be capable of attracting all of those people who wants to get on board the cryptocurrency industry, then you can use your Compumatrix USD and be a billionaire or a millionaire at a faster rate of time. But as I've told you, there's only $3 million right now on the BitShares platform. So which means that it's going to be pushing every other token price tag upwards. All right. Nonetheless, of course, there are other factors that could depreciate it, such as you guys selling it for less than $1, and that would be inflationary. Yeah. So don't think of stable coins as the inflationary dollar. Rather, look at it as the dollar that doesn't need to have inflation, the dollar that is not printed by the feds. All right. So we expect the Compumatrix USD adoption to grow significantly around the world. Yes, around the world. We cover 6 continents right now. Each of our regional representatives, we do have representation for Compumatrix, and it's a matter of time to really go into this and be able to attract more and more people to onboard BitShares, especially now that we also have the the mobile app. That's going to be something, it's going to transform how you do business, because you have an app wherein you can send it right away. You don't have to carry your computer or create a lemon stand with your computer on it. Okay, just to sell Compumatrix USD, Bitcoin, or whatever asset there is on the BitShares platform. Are you following me?
Yes, sir. Sounds good to me.
Any millionaires right now? I know I don't want to ask the whales or the feed producers, but of course, if you've got Bitcoin there, if you are going to be using our decentralized exchange and change, of course, the settings to the CUSD, okay, the CUSD, and basically see that I'm also $3.4 million switcher. Beautiful. And I can buy some e-pesos with it and other things. Okay, we'll start with what we have. That's the main thing here. You cannot do something with what if you don't have it, but a lot of you guys have built this business in such a way that we actually are the ones who created virtual currency, or he conceptualized that there is value in what we do. In things, there's value on time, with the time that we spend. And that has been embedded on the whole concept of Bitcoin. All right. And why are we using BitShares then? Because we don't want to create another altcoin, right? So if there are three ecosystems right now in the cryptocurrency industry, we have Bitcoin and Bitcoins and then we have altcoins. What are altcoins? Are of course those tokens or those cryptocurrencies that were built using the Bitcoin code. All right, so it's an alternate coin, such as Litecoin, Dogecoin, even Bitcoin SV, and all of those are from Bitcoin. And we have Ethereum with all those tokens. There's relatively around 7,000 tokens on Ethereum right now. But maybe you have heard about the swaps, Uni. What tokens do you know from within the Ethereum network? Well, all of those people, those are also other tokens that you can use. But here on our system, we have also the different user-issued assets that we can use. And we are going to start with them. Okay, let's bring some business into your hands. All right. So next is, of course, the different other digital currencies that we have. If you're in Australia, focus on Oceania or New Zealand. If you're in London, do they use euro? You can either use euro or galleon. Of course, the core token is BitShares. And here in the Philippines, we are, of course, going to be promoting the e-peso. That's actually our national hero there on this profile. That's not me on the profile. Although it does look a little bit like me, but without the hair.
A little bit better than the picture up there.
Yeah. Yeah, basically it's based on that picture, but it's actually the national hero. Okay, we also have staking programs that would help others grow their finances passively. Okay, and these are, of course, the Blink token, the Verb token for loans. We are going to be implementing a loan program wherein you don't have really to worry about repaying it, because it's like a revolving credit line. Okay, and of course the BPSCX, which is a staking for you to use and increase the cash out limits that you have. All right, so there you are with this one is just the beginning. The Compumatrix DEX, so that you guys should know the power of the DEX. It's the DEX is not just for peer-to-peer transactions; it's also an exchange. Okay, and all of our assets can be exchanged there. It's just our job right now as part of the BitShares ecosystem is to promote BitShares. As RGL wrote, that it's all about BitShares right now. It's all about BitShares, and we will be one of the instruments to increase the value of this. One of the top 10 before, way back in 2017, I believe, BitShares was top 10. It's still top 10 in China, but in America, it's already way below 100 plus. Right? So let's bring the greatness to BitShares back again. All right? So there you go. Now for the Compumatrix decentralized app that we have. Okay, so what is CDAP? CDAP is, of course, a place for you to manufacture the virtual prepaid cards, which we are coining stable cards, because they always have a fixed value or a fixed face value. Okay, so that's why we call it stable cards. vis-a-vis stable coins is 1:1. The same way with stable cards. The only thing here is that if you're selling stable coins, there are several regulations right now that prevents you from doing so. So you can only buy it directly from a regulated environment, such as exchanges, centralized exchanges. But with stable cards, you can buy prepaid cards anywhere, right? You can buy it the same way as you buy prepaid phone cards or prepaid gift cards or any other prepaid cards such as Scratch, even prepaid lottery cards are part of that industry of prepaid. Okay, so what's the main purpose of a prepaid card? Of course, it's used to fund your account online and participate in our ecosystem called the Compumatrix. Of course, and of course, what can you do with that card? When you fund it, you can also become part of the manufacturing process of the card. Onboarding people right now on to become part of the crypto industry is a very hard task and very complicated. But with our simple system, we are capable of onboarding them and earning in the process. That's basically what the CDAP does for you, all right? There are several other features of the CDAP, such as staking BitShares or even trading and even copy trading. Or how do we coin that again? We're not using copy trading on our end. Erlene, do we call it copy trading also? Wherein you don't have to learn about trading, yet you can trade like a pro because you're following.
Piggyback.
Yeah,
I call it a
something like
piggyback.
that. Yeah, because piggybacking sometimes is doesn't really represent what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
But it's more on the copy the strategy of a trader, of a professional trader, and follow every trade he makes. Okay, if he wins, you win. If he loses, you lose. But with a higher degree of winning, of course. Okay, so it's up to you really to follow whoever you want. Because you can see all the trades that he done, and you can see that he's always winning, 90% win, 10% lose. So you have a higher tendency of winning. So it's still a risk, but of course it's up to you to weigh it because you're the ones who owns it. Okay, and that's also going to be part of our CDAP program.
That was the best news possible for me. I thought it was great.
Yeah, because a lot of people doesn't know how to trade.
Exactly.
Imagine selling Bitcoin for 1,000 pesos.
Wow.
When it's supposed to be sold for what? How much is it right now in the Philippines? It's 844,000.
Wow.
And that's a lot of discount.
Yeah.
Anyway, the other one would be happy, but you won't.
Exactly.
You would have a temporary happiness, only to figure out later on that the one you sold it to is selling it for 844,000.
Right.
Okay, so you really need to reassess everything you have on the exchange. If you want to reach a point that that is equivalent to what the market dictates, then better change your price right now, because otherwise there's going to be a lot of people using BitShares, which is very cheap, of course, right now. It's almost how much is one Bitcoin for a BitShares right now? It's almost the same as a peso, right?
Yeah.
So it's around 800 to 1 million
Right.
BitShares for one Bitcoin. So a lot of them would realize eventually that this is the best place for us to do an arbitrage. It's like going back in time when Bitcoin was still one cent each.
I remember those days.
Yeah, we already announced that prior to Mount Gox. Even before Mount Gox opened, we'd already talked about, and we're already accepting Bitcoin during that time.
Right. We
Okay,
live and learn.
Yeah, Well, it gave us an advantage because we were able to store a lot. that's
Yeah.
what we're that's what we're trying to distribute right now.
That's why we're still here.
Yeah, that's why we're still here, and you're still here, and that's good news. Okay,
Yeah.
you will reap all the rewards that you have been waiting for. All right, so I wouldn't be talking more much detail on the CDAP right now because we want the system to be up here on the screen. Denver is actually working on it right now, and is still figuring out one of these things, one of those codes that has to be added there. All right. So, any questions, guys?
They're all muted, but I do have a couple of questions.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yes, we will. This is just one of the first series on unlocking wealth because we will be giving you step-by-step instructions how to pitch it to someone, how to pitch this industry to someone. Because a lot of you are very fearful because you don't know, you lack. Yeah, I know that we haven't been focused on the marketing area. Yes, we we need marketing here on this end, but it doesn't have to be something paid for. Organic, viral. We can do that. Viral marketing, organic marketing. It's just a matter of really sharing the things that we share, because we will be writing instructions on how you can succeed on this business. This is probably the best time for us to be doing this and onboarding people because we're generally locked down. We're all at home. We're trying to stay safe, and here we are, an opportunity on the internet, on in front of your computer, that could provide you the best source of income. Because who doesn't pay right now? Everybody is paying online. All they have to do is to discover our wallets. Okay.
Amen to that.
Thanks, Erlene. I'm getting a sore throat again.
Okay.
Anyway,
I think a lot of members, of course, want to know how the CDAP will function. We're going to be having, and very soon, we're going to have another webinar.
Yeah, we will have a webinar on Wednesday regarding the CDAP.
Okay.
Yeah, Wednesday next week. That's Wednesday next week. We'll have that. We will also be posting several other things on the forum and here at the some webinars, of course, that we'll be conducting.
Okay.
But we will try to schedule something that's not too late for everyone. Sometimes last night I thought we didn't see that PM to AM thing. I was about to sleep with every phone rang in my place.
That was me.
That was really, yeah.
Okay, now next Wednesday is going to be Thanksgiving Eve for many of us. So maybe.
Oh, okay.
We'll
decide. We'll decide on the different dates because
Okay.
we have to conduct. We also need to conduct webinars that are not too, just so that others can join us.
Yes.
And then we will also be conducting Bring a Friend webinars and so forth. All right.
Okay. Guys, I want to let you know, a lot of you have been asking about where we are in the syncing. I can announce tonight that both Gail and I are at 100%. We have our own node.
I'm at 90%.
Henry's at 90%. David's having a difficult time because his area was hit so hard. A lot of the kids are at home now on the internet, so he's got a hard time staying on the internet. His system's giving him fits, so he's not caught up with us yet, but he is in the process. He is getting his done. Like I said, Gail and I are both done. This is something we've been wanting for a long time, that we would never have to worry about. When Henry was down, then we all had to wait for everybody to sync and then for him to sync so we could go on. We'll always have our two computers on 24/7, So we'll never have to deal with those issues again.
Yes,
That
and
was
we will. Yeah,
huge.
that's right, Early. We will also be teaching them how to create their own nodes
Right,
locally. Yeah, so that
right.
you don't have to worry about China or
That's
other
big.
other nodes not working because you just can't access it. You can place the node on your own system.
Yeah. So we'll never have to worry again. You have your own. You won't have to search like we do now. So that's enormous. We were so excited when we actually got done. It was exciting knowing that you guys will be doing the same thing. Very,
Oh,
very.
by the way, I forgot the number one feature of the CDAP is that you can cash out bitcoins directly to your Bitcoin accounts. All right,
That's
so
big.
that's the best feature, of course.
Now, I was wondering if you were going to say that tonight.
Yeah, well, it missed my it slipped my mind. As I've told you, I'm getting senile, guys, so that's why I have to share as much information as I can while I still am how do you call this, vivid.
So all of the details on how this will work will be given to you step by step, so don't panic. It's going to be easy. It's not going to be difficult. All you have to do is make sure that you value what you have. That's the big thing, guys. So
Well,
many
anyway,
think it's just numbers.
next webinar we'll let Marie talk here
Oh,
in
that'd be
Denver.
great. She's actually pretty good in English.
Yeah.
And welcome, Maria. I'm so happy that you're
Yes.
with us.
Yeah, she was so nervous this morning because she changed the PM to AM.
Oh, that's not a big deal. We do it all the time. We're
I do
flexible.
it all the time.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
So not a
For that.
problem at all. So I hope you guys are as excited as we are because we see it actually becoming a reality.
Yes, and take note, guys, that we're one of the largest ecosystems that's there on BitShares right now. We're one of the largest there. The ones that are the second, actually the largest one are the Chinese group, but we don't understand each other. So so nobody's marketing it in English the same way as we're not marketing it in Chinese. But
Yeah.
here we are, a group of people that we have uh, shaking the hands of our Chinese counterparts to do the same for us, not just for because your asset will be distributed not only by Compumatrix but every partner that we have on XBTS, on Rudex, and everything there. And then we're also partnering with BitShares Labs because they are going to be having their tokens listed on Binance also. And through them, we will be capable of, including most of our active assets, and it has to be active to be part of the Binance project. It means
That's
that
a big woohoo.
you can basically trade your CBTC there, not just the Binance BTC or any other BTCs. There are several Bitcoins, guys, that is owned by separate entities, not just us. So give the same respect as every other non or wrapped Bitcoin, or how do you call that, wrapped or Bitcoin backed asset. All right.
Right.
Because
That's a big mouthful.
we are the same.
Right. Sounds wonderful. So we've got a lot more work to be done.
Yes, for the questions, by the way, send it to Gail, and then we will be answering that on
the helpline.
or I can record the answers, and then you can do a replay or play it when you're up and awake, because I know a lot of you guys are past midnight right now, way past midnight, because supposed to be 11:30 is Philippine time, 11:30 a.m. Philippine time, which have been but you misunderstood it as DS because you're DST.
Yeah.
You've got a daylight savings time, and it's now moved to 12:30.
Yeah.
My time. So it should have been an hour earlier ago. But it's still a very late webinar, really. But I appreciate it that every one of you joined us, which means that you are serious into moving forward into your business and making sure that this business works for you. And I'm very proud of everyone who's here with us right now.
Thank you. We're proud of you sticking out and not giving up on us. That's for sure.
No giving up. Yeah, everyone's giving up. Mountain Gox has died down. Open Ledger's out. BitSpark is out. We're still here, and we're happy. Okay, and we are going at the right direction. It's just we just need to keep the faith there, and make sure that each of our assets are as valuable as you are.
Amen to that.
All right. So on that note, I guess it's. That's
closing remarks.
Yeah.
Closing
remarks from, is David around?
He said he couldn't get on. He kept twirling. He got in a couple of times. It kept knocking him out. So
well, that's a cue for you, Chief Chief Operations. All right.
Oh, all right. I'll do my closing remarks. It's hard to swallow with the lump in my throat as I sit here thinking of the hurdles we've had to jump over or go around these past 2 years. We're blessed to have been led by one man who would just never give up. Have you ever listened to Al Pacino's speech from the American football drama, Any Given Sunday? It's one of those motivational speeches that sinks into your psyche. It explains how just an inch can make a difference between winning or losing a game. Here at Compumatrix, we've had to crawl at times, just inches to get to the next level. So, we crawled. Thank you, Henry, for taking the helm and driving this massive ship into a future many of us could never have imagined becoming a full reality. And that, my friends, is the way we're going to end tonight. Gail, thank you for all the work you do. We will be answering questions in the helpline. If you have questions, we can't tell you exactly how the CDAP is going to work yet because that's going to be on either Wednesday or whatever day we can schedule it this coming week. Every time we get together, and we're going to have many of these webinars, you're going to learn a little bit more as to what you have to do. And like you said, Denver is working very hard getting all of the nuts and bolts put together on the CDAP. And David has told you before it's going to be a one-stop shop. He was not kidding. It really is. And tonight's news about how we're going to be able to cash out is a very exciting time for all of us. We've been waiting for this for a long, long time. We just got to make sure that we understand what we have and value what we have. So many think of what they own as just numbers. Well, excuse me, those numbers come with a big pay at the end of it if you think it is going to be that way. It's up to us, all of us together, to work towards that goal. So with that, I thank you all for coming. And again, watch the announcements area so that you'll know when the next webinar is going to be done. And Henry's excellent tonight. I really appreciate the work you've put in to get this done for us.
No problemo.
Gail, do you have any parting words, hon?
I just want to thank Henry and thank everybody for being here. And, you know, we just got to knuckle down and do this.
I'm ready. That's for sure.
I'm ready.
And with that, we'll say good night, good morning, wherever you are, and we'll see you in the Discord room. Thanks, everyone, for coming. We appreciate you. Love you. Big hugs.